Now let us try perfect number program using do while loop. It's an example of nested do while loop. Start writing program. That is hash include IOStream using namespace std int main function, then body of main function, declare two variables, positive integer lower limit and upper limit variable, that is unsigned int lower limit upper limit, then local variable declaration int I as a loop control variable, j as another loop control variable, n as user defined number, and a variable sum. Read value of n by using any suitable string message, main read value of lower limit and upper limit. Then to check validity of this range, we are using a user defined label, that is label 1, read value of upper limit from user, then read value of lower limit from user, check that whether the entered range is valid or invalid. If lower limit is greater than or equal to upper limit, mean range is invalid, so ask the user to re-enter the valid range by using any suitable message, that is cout invalid range, please re-enter valid range. Then transfer the control back to label 1 by using goto, that is go to label 1. It will ensure the valid range from user. Then in else part, initialize j as lower limit. Then starting off do while loop starts with the keyword do, then initialize n with j and initialize sum with 0, 0 is additive identity, then initialize loop control variable of inner loop, that is I is equal to 1, then inner do while loop, that is body of do while loop, check that whether I is factor of n or not, mean if n remainder I is equal to 0, mean I is factor of n, then sum up I in variable sum, that is sum is equal to sum plus I, terminate it with semicolon, then increment in inner loop control variable, that is I is equal to I plus 1. Do while loop is terminated with keyword while followed by a condition, that is I less than or equal to half of the number, terminated with semicolon. Then check that whether number is perfect or not. If n is equal to sum of factors of n, then display this number to user, that is cout n end line. Now increment in loop control variable of outer loop, while j is less than or equal to upper limit, terminated with semicolon, system pass return 0. We have left an error of j++, so that we may check and ensure the correctness of this error. Let us run this program. please enter lower limit and upper limit. It's 100 as upper limit and 3 as lower limit. Run it. It's an infinite loop. Since we have not updated loop control variable of outer loop, main condition of outer loop never becomes false. So you have to update the outer loop control variable and rerun your program. Now enter a range that is 100 as upper limit and 3 as lower limit, and the output is 6 and 28. So these are two perfect number in this range, that is between 3 and 100. Now let us try another program as an example of nested for loop, that is perfect number program using for loop. Let us start writing it. Hash include iostream, then using namespace std, then main function, that is int main, body of main function, declare upper limit and lower limit variables as positive integers, unsigned int, lower limit and upper limit, local variable declaration, that is int I, j, n, sum initialized with 0, user defined sample text message to read value of upper limit and lower limit from user, cin upper limit, cin lower limit from user, check the validity. If lower limit is greater than or equal to upper limit, mean range is invalid. So ask the user to re-enter this range, that is valid positive range of upper limit and lower limit. If range is invalid, then transfer the control back to label 1. Else, remember that we have to use for loop. In statement of for loop, we use 3 parts, that is initialization, test condition and update part. J is a loop control variable of outer for loop initialized with lower limit up to upper limit j++. Now store value of j in n, initialize sum with 0. Now inner for loop with these 3 parts, that is initialization of inner loop control variable I with 1, condition, that is I less than or equal to half of the number I++. Now check that whether I is factor of n or not. If n remainder I is equal to 0, then sum up I in variable sum. Here it is important to mention that why we are using n by 2. For perfect number, we did not include the number itself, and the largest number, largest divisor of any number is other than the number itself is half of that number. That's why we are moving up to n by 2. Now check that whether n is a perfect number, mean n is equal to sum of its factors stored in variable sum. Then display the number to user if n is equal to sum. System pass and return 0 within the body of main function. return 0. Now compile it and execute it. It's generating an error. Remember that we have not declared label 1. So declare label 1 followed by a colon symbol and re-execute it. Please enter valid range, that is 100 and 3, and the perfect number in this range are 6 and 28.